walking in the Spirit with purpose. Genesis chapter 1 from verses 1 through chapter 2 verse 3. Let me just read verse 26 of chapter 1. God said, "Let us make man in our image and after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea and over the birds of the heavens and over the livestock and all over the earth." When we look at Ephesians chapter 4 through to chapter 5, as we've examined our call not to walk as the Gentiles, but instead to manifest characteristics of walking in the Spirit, we are not to live as those people enslaved to sin, because Christ has broken sin's power, enabling us to serve him gladly, Romans 6. So this gives us a good opportunity just for a moment to consider the topic of spiritual growth as we walk in the Spirit. Now, it's helpful to have a goal in mind in any endeavour, otherwise we might put our efforts in the wrong place or work inefficiently or ineffectively. Understanding our original purpose helps us to stay on track in our sanctification and our walking in the Spirit, so that we can be sure we are progressing, albeit slowly sometimes, in personal holiness. In fact, the Westminster Shorter Catechism is helpful here and says our number one goal in life is to glorify God and to enjoy him forever. So sanctification, that process of walking in the Spirit, is fundamentally about making us a people who glorify God and imitating him in all things. To understand how we might glorify God, we need to go back to the beginning of Genesis, which we read this morning, which alludes to many of the ways in which our Creator is glorified in us. In Genesis chapter 1, verses 26 to 27, it's a key text, and explains that all human beings are made in God's image. Simply put, this means we are somehow a copy of the Lord. Now, this may be a little bit difficult to conceptualize, for God does not have a physical body like we do, and he also lacks our limitations as created beings. Nevertheless, like our Creator, we are rational beings who have the ability to communicate in words. We possess minds, wills, we have a heart, and all of this is very similar to God's own inner life. Although unlike him, our knowledge is very finite and very small, and we are not laws unto ourselves. Since we are made in his image, we bring the Lord the most glory when we reflect his character, when we truly image his goodness, love, and holiness when we're walking in the Spirit. Our ability to do this is often hampered by sin, my ability and your ability, but our Saviour, by his Spirit, restores our ability to reflect God's image truly over the course of our lives. 2 Corinthians chapter 3 verse 10 tells us that. And in that final day, in the consummation, in eternity, we will reflect that divine image to the fullest extent, glorifying him forever in the new heaven and the new earth, according to Revelation chapter 21. If our original purpose is to shine forth God's image to creation, then the importance of our obedience to his will takes on new significance as we walk in the Spirit. When our goodness and mercy align with his standards, we reveal his character to the nations. As we pursue justice, we glorify him as the only just judge and remind people that they have no choice but to repent and to serve him. It is a great privilege to bear God's image, so let us do it gladly as we walk in the Spirit.